Greeting, SD Whoconers. This is John Leas, Director of Programming. I'd like to welcome you all to this year's second annual SD Whocon Dungeons & Dragons Doctor Who mashup. Before we begin, though, I'd like to let you all know that each year SD Whocon invites all of our attendees to display their Doctor Who finery in a fun costume contest and parade. This year, however, like all other events in our programming, the costume contest has gone virtual. We invite everyone watching to enter. Just submit a short video of your Doctor Who themed costume or cosplay. Our panel of judges will review all the entries, pick their favorites, and share the results via Zoom call posted to our YouTube channel on Halloween. All winners will receive a full weekend VIP pass to SD Whocon 2021 to be held at the 4 Points by Sheridan in San Diego, California on October 8th through the 10th, 2021. The deadline to submit your entry is October 16th, so please, for details on how you can enter, please visit our website at sdwhocon.com. With that said, let's start the D&D session. So I will set the scene for everybody. We'll be doing a lot of theater of the mind here, and we will begin by going to my apartment in the adventure. I will be the Dungeon Master, the owner of Universal Toys R Us by the name of John. We have two participants who, one passes to do a D&D session with the Doctor and the Master. They will be the first ones to come into the apartment. So with that, I hear a knock at the door, and it's Whitney. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Hi, I'm so excited. I can't believe I won.
I'm so excited to host you. It's unbelievable. Is that another knock at the door? Yes, it's David. He's the other one that won.
Hello.
You two know each other, right?
Yeah.
We met at the convention, and we hung out a little. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad both of you are here. We're going to have such a marvelous time tonight. So let's see. So do you guys want any refreshments or anything?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay,
maybe
cool.
some water or something?
Oh, sure. I'll get you some. Oh, wait, hold on a second. There's that knock at the door again? I think it's the Doctor. Yes. It's the Doctor. The Fourth Doctor. Welcome. We are so honored and thrilled to have you here.
It's my pleasure, John.
You're a doctor? I got a crick in my neck.
I'm not that kind of doctor.
Well, I'm a huge fan. I even have my scarf here. I saw you we met a long time ago, and I just had to get it. So maybe you'll sign it before you leave tonight?
Oh, of course. Would you like it?
Awesome. I'll put it on the side here.
I'm so excited to meet you. I love your fashion sense. How do you get your hair like that?
Oh, it takes a lot of teasing.
I love it.
Awesome. Oh, here, Whitney, here's your water. And I think that's the knock on the door. And I open it, and it's the Master. Welcome, Master.
Hello. Oh, dear. Quite smaller on the inside. I feel cramped. Hello. Thank you for your generous donations for my Exterminate Humanity project. I assure you they'll go to good use.
Well, it's my pleasure. I mean, the fee that we had to pay the League of Mad Scientists to get you to come was extraordinary. But thank you for coming.
Absolutely. So. I wouldn't miss an opportunity to best the Doctor.
Oh, dear. You two aren't fighting again, are you?
Well, maybe. It depends. Sometimes we're better when we work together, aren't we, Doctor?
Okay, good. That'd be kind of awkward if you were.
Humans, how do we address you? That I owe some thanks to.
My name's David.
David?
I'm Whitney.
Hello, Whitney.
Yes. Nice to meet you, sir.
It's
Master, sir.
I wish I could say it was a pleasure, but then I'd be lying.
Well,
I feel the same.
Well, let's get started. So everybody, if you could just take a seat at the table, I will then start to describe the adventure and what we'll be doing here tonight. So everybody takes a seat at the table. And with that, I make the announcement as the Dungeon Master that as each of you sits down, you all of a sudden feel a little strange. You kind of look towards each other, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're locked down in your chair. Audience, what is locking them down? So let's find out here in a bit. But in the meantime, I am setting up the table. I'm putting out the little figures, not paying attention to any of your strange looks or, anything that this sense of danger you all of a sudden are feeling. But I gave each of you some die. I give each of you a little figurine and so forth. So did we have any suggestions? Oh, that's right. I forgot. In all this time that I've been developing these toys, I keep forgetting to name them. So they're now being tied down with magical licorice. What's holding them? What's bounding the licorice to them? Well, that's a secret. I can't tell you. That's a Universal Toys R Us trademark. So.
Well, this is unexpected, Doctor. At least mine appears to be. Bassett's all sorts flavored.
Yes, each one is actually a different flavor. So if you can actually provide comments afterwards, I really appreciate it.
It's a little sticky. I think mine is cherry.
Mine is currant, not current.
Oh, too bad. I would enjoy that. I like to see. You hate black licorice? Oh, my win then.
Well, this is awesome. I'm getting really good feedback here. All right. Now, as Dungeon Master, I am also now inclined to tell you each that as you have been tied down with this licorice, you all of a sudden see me kind of flash with a little bit of light and start going like this. I have this nervous twitch. So after a couple of moments, I kind of turn back around, and my facial expression is completely changed. So I look at each and every one of you and go, excellent. You've all fallen into my trap. Doctor, we met a long time ago. I'm surprised you've forgotten me already. We had much fun that day, and I haven't forgotten how you bested me. And of course, Master, you and I have probably met at some point, but just in case, this is a payback in a head. And of course, the Doctor needs companions, so that's why David and Whitney won this contest, and now I get to have all the fun.
Of course, as companions, Whitney and David, this means you do all the real work.
That's all right. I do anything for the Doctor.
Yes, and the best part is you can't use any of your sonic screwdrivers right now. But
What about?
Let me tell you something else, Doctor. I still have the scars of your beating me that many a day. I was the Toy Master, but actually better known as the Master. So this is going to be kind of odd because we got the Master and we got the Master. So how are we going to do that? Oh, I know. I will be Big Master with a capital N. You will be Little Master with a little m. How's that?
Sean's a Dungeon Master's a BM.
I think we know who is the real Big Master.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll sign a card for you later on as a gift certificate.
Yes, as he said, the initials are BM.
So. Now, in order to make this fun and fair, I've decided to suck you all into my other creation, a virtual reality Dungeons and Dragons setting. So we'll make this for higher stakes. All of your lives are now on the line if you cannot complete the following quest, and that is to find the magic egg of Tiamat. Any questions?
What is a Tiamat?
Right?
It's a dragon.
Oh.
It's got all sorts of colors. Pretty bad. Think might be the mother of all dragons, that kind of deal. See?
Oh.
This is not Tiamat, though. Just want to show you
dragons.
Yes.
Do dragons like jelly babies?
Honestly, I don't know.
You'll
but you might
have
want
to
to try.
find out, Doctor.
Yes, you might want to try. All right,
yes,
then.
I suggest you try.
So with that, the Dungeon Master looks at every one of them and goes, I wish you the best of luck. but probably you ain't going to live past this moment.
Well, since I
Anyway.
don't remember you, I, of course, am going to survive.
You know,
You're not
I was
really my
going to give you
companions.
a $100 gift certificate. Now it's down to 25 for that comment.
Damn. I can't even buy a good tissue compression eliminator for that.
Yes, now teach you, little master. Anyway, off you go. So the dungeon master hits a button, and all of a sudden, all of you are thrown into what seems like the time vortex. You fly through this tunnel, and all of a sudden, you appear on a plane somewhere. Each of you then starts looking around and gathering your wits. To the north of you, you notice that there are mountains. To the south of you, you notice that there's a village. To the east of you, you notice that there's a desert. And to the west of you, you notice that there's an ocean. What do you want to do?
Doctor, where and when do you think we are?
Well, it's really hard to say in a virtual environment. But the only way to truly find out is, of course, to investigate.
Oh, goody.
So, maybe we should head towards the village because we can inquire with people there.
I second that.
But we don't know anything about these people. Is that safe?
No, probably not.
Well, the universe isn't exactly a safe place, but you're with me, and I am, of course, the doctor.
Oh, good, you're taking complete responsibility. Thank you.
I mean, he's very charming. I feel like the villagers will love him.
Yes, on a spit, hopefully.
All right, so I roll something really quick. Okay. The result is a 19. You see a giant thumb in the sky made of clouds going like this.
Oh, look, we got a thumbs up from the clouds.
All right, so the group decides to head to the village, and as the closer you get to it, you begin to notice that it's more like a medieval setting. There's structures, no castle or anything, but it just seems to be like a quaint little small village that you would find in, say, 16th century England or so forth. As you make your way in further, you start to see some people on the edge of the village, and they kind of start looking at you. They're dressed in medieval style, as you would expect, and they see the four of you coming. What do you want to do?
You will obey. Obey. Obey.
I will obey.
Not you, you idiot! The rest of them! Doctor, your companions keep sliding downward.
Oh, I think they're fabulous.
Doctor, what dialect do you think these people speak? Do you think they'll be able to understand us?
Of course I do, because everyone always understands us, so it just happens that way.
Very good. Okay, then I'm going to say
Okay.
hi.
All right, well, surprisingly enough, they speak perfect modern-day English. So yes, you can ask them any questions you would like.
See, I told you so.
Excellent. Hi.
Answer her questions, truthfully.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Where are we?
You're in the village of Village.
Oh, well, I've never been to the village of Village. It's a lovely village. My name's Whitney. What's your name?
I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom. Nice to meet you.
Are you strangers?
Are you the village idiot?
Now, he's just the runner-up, but he hopes to be the village idiot this year.
I'm trying my best.
Who are you?
Me? They call me nobody because nobody ever talks to me. Hi.
Well, we're talking to you, so now
Yeah,
you're
we just
somebody.
talk to you.
Shoot, now I need a new name. Ugh.
Well,
Okay.
What
Lovely
a
to meet
quaint
you,
village we've
nobody in
discovered, Doctor. I'm sure
Well,
they're
you know.
going to be plenty of help.
We must
Oh,
find that magic egg.
you want help? You probably should talk to the mayor.
See, there's a mare.
Oh, good. Is it a horse or a person?
No, he's
Hold it
more
out
cool
nasty.
on persuasion.
He laughed. I'll keep you around for a bit, David.
Master, try not to kill the mayor.
If I must.
Mr. Tom, where does the mayor live?
Oh, over yonder. Just keep walking and bearing to the left. You can't miss it.
That way, or that way? Left.
Wait, our left or your left?
All right.
Right.
That's about as best as I can make it.
That way.
All right.
Okay.
You first, Doctor.
What?
Should we go, Doctor?
Oh, yes, of course. We should go find the mayor.
Okay.
All right. So the group, after talking to the villagers, continues onward towards the mayor's house. They slowly make their way to this two-story structure, not very distinct, but surprisingly enough, there's a sign on it that reads, "The Mayor." So what do you want to do?
We demand to speak to the mayor.
I cover up the master's mouth.
But, Doctor, we did want to speak to the mayor.
Yes, but not necessarily the way he's speaking to the mayor. I knock on the door.
All right. The doctor knocks on the door, and the door opens to the mayor.
'Twas brilling, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wave.
Oh, lovely. He's insane.
How's that any different from you?
Here.
He's all teeth.
I see
I know that.
4 new Alices lost in a wonderland. What may I help you with?
Mr. Mayor, sir, my name's Whitney, and this is David, and this is the doctor, and this is the master, and we just landed in your village, so we wanted to come say hi and ask some
Mention the
questions.
thing, you know?
And we're looking for
We're
an
looking
egg.
for the egg of laundromat.
No, not
No.
not the egg of laundry.
No.
No.
The egg of magic. Tiamat.
Egg of Tiamat.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now that is his name I haven't heard in a long, long time.
Oh, do tell.
Oh, there's the usual legends, stories, horrible deaths around it. But if you want a full story, I think there's another you can speak to who would tell you so much better than I. Our local shaman.
Oh,
The shaman
what
is an
this?
ogre.
Oh,
An ogre shaman.
So
Oh,
what time
yeah.
of the day should we approach the shaman so it's less ogre-y?
Oh, no. The shaman is an ogre 24/7, 365. Eternally. I can
I
take
see.
you to the shaman right now.
Oh, well, proceed.
that would
I
be
see
amazing.
no
and
reason.
helpful.
All right.
That's very generous.
So-
Would you like a jelly baby mare?
Oh, yes, please.
Don't eat the green ones, they're poison.
Haven't been poisoned in a while. Might be a fine experience.
Ha, foiled you, master.
I'll have some of what he's having.
What a pleasant mayor.
Just follow me, and the mole rats outgrabe.
Okay. So the group follows the mayor to the shaman's hut, as they call it in the village, and they knock on the door.
Hello, shaman. Are you home?
Hey, I am the great ogre shaman. I am capable of great peace and violence. Come now and trade with me. I do not know what you will pay me, but I like to eat donkeys.
Oh,
Did
my.
did you say?
Did someone call my name?
Why have you come knocking at my door?
The mayor has suggested that you know how to find the magic egg of Tiamat.
Ah, yes. Oh, the magic egg of Tiamat. I can help you find the magic egg. But what you do before, be sure to sit on it with your keister and keep it warm, or great, terrible things will happen.
I see. You sure you don't want to eat the stupid one?
He looks a bit scrawny.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, well. What have we else to offer?
All right. At this point, each of the characters will be making a persuasion roll to see if they can convince the shaman to reveal the location of the egg. So I will quickly roll for each. David gets an 8. He fails. He asks,
Do you know where this thing is? Please.
I do.
okay.
That's an answer, and that's a question.
Oh, Whitney gets a 3. She fails. What did she ask?
So we were wondering if you could help us find this really interesting dragon egg, possibly, please?
Why would I be doing that? Get out of here before I peel your eyeballs and squeeze them into jelly.
The master gets a 10. He also fails. How did he try to persuade her?
Tell me what your greatest desire is, Ogre, and I will be sure that we accomplish that if you will help us.
My greatest desire is to be left alone.
Oh, crap.
And the doctor rolls a 17 and succeeds. How did he persuade the location?
Oh, Ogre Shaman. You are fearsome, and that is true. And those warts are just perfect for your demeanor. Perhaps you can direct us onto where this magic egg of Tiamat is.
All right, I will help you. Only because your curly hair reminds me of a bog I like to sleep in.
I do like to keep it boggy.
Aye, looks good on you.
You're too kind.
So with that, the shaman reveals the location of the egg. However, it comes at a price. There is something in a local nearby dungeon that the shaman requires in return. So,
of course there is.
So the characters then tell the shaman that they will retrieve the item that she is seeking, and she tells them to head to the east, to the desert, to the cave where the item will be located. So
Great.
the characters then walk out, say goodbye, and walk outside. The mayor decides that this is probably the time to leave.
Good luck. You'll need it.
And just leaves our 4 characters together to determine what they're going to do next.
Of course, I would wear black to a desert. Ugh.
So,
I pick up my
Doctor,
scarf so it's not dragging on the ground.
what's the plan? I
Yeah.
know you have a great idea for how we're going to get this, right? Right?
Oh, of course I have a great plan. The master's going to take the lead, and we'll follow him to the dungeon, and he can open the door.
Oh.
That
Okay.
sounds like a good idea.
Oh, I suppose so. At least it'll get me out of this infernal heat.
Okay.
I'm
So the
schwitting.
characters decide that they need to head to the cave. So they start slowly walking out of the village to the east towards the desert. They see this well-worn path that seems to be some sort of trail, and they follow it. Luckily enough for them to keep coming across signposts that say, to the cave, to the cave. So
Well,
it makes it
rather
easy
helpful.
for them to find. However, once they reach the cave, they notice that there's magic doors preventing them from entering. There is some script on the doors. What would you like to do?
Can we read this script?
Each of you would have to make a roll to see if you can read that script. So I will roll for each of you. We'll start with the doctor. Oh dear. The doctor gets a 1.
Oh no! Looks like
He
Sanskrit to me.
attempts to read the script.
Don't say
And
that out
unfortunately-
loud, Doctor. I'm going to hold my hand over his mouth so he can't say the rest of it.
And at the same exact moment, a dust devil literally envelops the doctor, preventing him from seeing the script.
Oh, it's blinding! It's blinding.
Okay, Doctor?
Literally envelops the doctor, preventing him from seeing the script.
Oh.
So, the master is next.
That was so good I heard that twice.
The master rolls a 4. He also fails. As the master
elementary.
As the master attempts to read the script, it begins to change little by little. He starts muttering words, something along the lines of pasta, linguine, red sauce.
Pasta, linguine, red sauce, tortelloni, and
I forgot to have lunch before I
tiramisu. No.
All right.
Suddenly very-
Whitney tries to decipher the reading, and unfortunately, she rolls a 13, which just isn't quite high enough. She also fails. However, when she reads it, she starts seeing symbols as well. It starts to change for her. She starts thinking about GalaxyCon 2021 and all the things that are associated with it. There's words that pertain to that. I think one of the words in there says registration deadline.
Yeah, I think it's some sort of code. There's a registration and some numbers. The year 2021. California?
If it says anything about Gallifrey 1, get tickets now.
That's as much as I can read. Sorry, guys.
All right, and the last one to try is David, and he succeeds with an 18. So what did David read that opened the door?
Twist
Open,
here.
Knock 3 times.
And with that, the door is open.
You just knocked? You don't know what's behind the door. Why would you do that?
It said to.
You would jump off a bridge if some writing told you to.
All right.
Good job, David. Good job.
Do you have a pen, Doctor?
Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, yes, of course I have a pen.
All right. The characters then begin to slowly walking through the dungeon. It's not very well lit, but well enough with torches for them to be able to see maybe 20, 30 feet ahead of them. Since they don't have any lighting equipment, that's as far as they can hear, as they see. They do hear some noises, but nothing that they would recognize. However, as they walk further and further into the center of the dungeon, they come into a room that's very well lit, and there are 3 doors. One door reads, dreadful. Another door reads, horrible. And the third and final door reads, terrible.
It's a pretty negative.
What do you do?
This is dreadful, horrible, and terrible.
All at once.
Oh
All at
my.
once.
This is dreadful, horrible, and terrible.
Yes.
That wasn't all at once.
But we maybe if we open all 3 doors at the same time, we might be able to thwart it.
But how do we choose either dreadful, horrible, or terrible?
Well, Doctor, you choose first, the other 2 choose the other doors, and I'll sit here and watch.
Do we push or do
Fine.
we pull on these doors?
Good question.
You notice that the doors don't seem to have any handles.
Do they have a sign that
Nope.
says push or pull?
No, the dungeon master says.
So, let's see. I will take terrible because the situation is just terrible.
Do you think the sonic screwdriver will open it?
I could try.
What is this?
All right. So the doctor attempts. Which door do you want to use the sonic on?
Well, since this is such a terrible situation, I will try the terrible door.
The doctor rolls a 9. Nothing happens.
Is the door made out of wood?
Yes.
Sorry, my sonic doesn't work on wood.
Oh.
Screwdriver that doesn't work on wood.
Hmm.
Weird.
Well, David, why don't you go up and knock on one of the doors again?
Okay.
Such an obliging chap. I like this one.
All right. David knocks on the door that's labeled horrible. And gets a 5. As David knocks on the door, he steps back, and the door screams at him and says, "No one's home."
That door has a horrible...
That's a lie!
Who said that?
I don't know, but that's a lie. Well, that's not getting us anywhere. Let's go. I'll go to the third door, which is what? Terrible? No, not terrible.
Yes,
Dreadful.
terrible.
Dreadful.
It is dreadful.
Oh, dreadful.
Oh, dreadful.
Okay.
That's the perfect door for me.
So, the master goes up to the dreadful door and scores a 19. How did the master open the door?
I listen very carefully to the door first. Then I check for traps. Seeing no traps and hearing nothing untoward, I simply run my hand along the side until I feel the secret panel and push.
And with that, the door opens.
See how simple it is? One just has to use one's brains, Doctor. Indeed, David, indeed.
Well, since you are so proficient at opening the door, you may go first.
If I must. And I walk through the door.
Okay. He is followed by whom?
Oh, why don't I take up the rear so I can make sure my companions are safe?
Fine,
Okay.
come along, David. You've been useful so far.
I'll walk in behind David.
Okay. So, the master, David, Whitney, and the doctor all walk in through the dreadful door. As they make their way through that passage, they see that in the distance is a room that's slowly getting brighter and brighter and brighter.
All right.
At first, it's just basically like a flashlight, but the closer you get to it, the stronger the light gets, and it starts to become more illuminated. You notice that it's actually a large, as you get basically almost to the door, you notice that it's a large cavern, very large cavern, and it's filled with what seems to be like natural light. So each of you make your way in, and then you happen to notice that in the distance, there is a chest on an altar.
Ah.
And you also happen to notice, as you look around the entire cavern, that there's multiple openings all around. So what do you do?
It's a weird place to play chess.
Is the light coming from the chest?
No, it's coming from the ceiling.
Oh. My.
Well, perhaps this item that the ogre shaman wants might be in this chest.
I'd say that's a good guess, Doctor. And what is it on top of? It's on top of a pile
altar.
or something?
A stone altar.
Ah, a stone altar. I see. Are there any inscriptions on this altar?
There are no inscriptions, but there is a lot of fur all around it.
Fur. Interesting. I'll examine the fur.
You examine the fur. It seems to be of a variety of different colors. Doesn't seem to be of any animal you recognize.
Strange indeed. Well, is the chest, does it have a lock on it?
Yes, it does.
Does it require Doctor, perhaps you're Sonic?
No, but I'm going to use my paperclip to create some sort of key and try and undo the lock.
Okay.
Oh, I hope it's electrified.
I'm
I
sure
put
you
my
do.
sunglasses on. Can I see anything now that I am not being blinded by the light?
Yes, you can see in the room still. Just fine.
Okay.
All right. So the doctor attempts to open the chest with a paperclip. Does he succeed? The doctor rolls a 14, which unfortunately is just one number too short.
Oh, well.
As he attempts to fiddle with the locking mechanism, all of a sudden, there's this blaring sound that occurs.
Oh,
And with that, all the characters reach for their ears and cover them. But Whitney, with her sunglasses, not blinded by the light, which just happened to get even brighter now as a result, notices that from one of the caverns, there are coming 3 adipose bandit bears.
What?
Oh my gosh! What are those things?
I don't know, but
And they have a dog.
there's
a bark!
it's got a
Hopefully-
terrible bark.
Yes, hopefully that their bite is less than their bark.
All right, so we are going to combat. Now, before we begin, though, the 3 adipose bandit bears each have a personality. The way you need to think about them, viewers, is that they look like giant toy plush bears from Costco. And one of the bears, the bear leader, speaks with a Scottish accent and wears a kilt. The second bear wants to gamble on everything. And the final bear talks like a singing bard. So, let's see. Let me roll for initiative. Which group gets the initiative first? Bears, roll a 19.
Oh, no.
Oh,
The adventurers, roll a 6.
oh no. Boo. Boo on the
I think we're in
dice.
trouble here.
Not good. Not good.
Indeed, indeed. The
So the
cattle
bears
will
approach the party. What do they do?
Who dares invade the land of Kirkland?
He does. And I
What'd he
point at
say?
the doctor.
Of course you do.
You see? I told you somebody tried to take a chest. Give me, pay up. I bet it, pay up.
Fine. I'm gonna get that back.
Oh yeah? Well, now I bet that we are going to get our butts kicked by these 3.
Oh, says you.
There's 4 of us.
Was he always
Thank
there?
you.
Was he always there?
What if
Thank
I did
you.
this?
Thank you for the
I-
assistance, David.
Say stopping from my belly. And I'll just chuck it at one of the party.
Okay. All right. So the bear leader attempts to chuck his belly at one of the party members and rolls a 12, missing Whitney just by inches.
Ooh, that was gross. Oh, it smells really bad. Why would you throw a belly? It's awful.
What about the other 2 bears? What do they do?
Oh yeah. I'm just going to start pulling out my cards and my dice and throwing them at him.
Okay.
Then I hit one of them.
He rolls a 2. So here's what happens. He throws the dice and cards. They look spectacular going through the air, and then they just flop straight to the ground.
That is such a sad sight.
And what about the last bear?
It's mute.
It's speechless.
I like to save my voice for singing. Possibly
Okay.
to your teddy bear. Oh, Valley of Plenty.
Oh.
Okay.
Saving an action. That's
All
very
right.
wise.
The dog tries to put everybody to sleep with her magic voice. Oh! All right, so let's see who she put to sleep. David. David is asleep.
Oh no.
Whitney. Whitney is asleep. The master falls flat on his face. The doctor remains conscious.
Hey.
Oh my.
All right.
Hi, Doc. You're always looking for a female companion, right?
Well, you never know.
All right.
They were
We go to the party. Let's see if the members wake up. David is still asleep. Wendy starts to stir. The master wakes up with a bad headache.
I thought the Jigglypuffs were only legend.
Seems. Well.
All right, so what does the party do?
Quickly,
Well,
Doctor.
since I'm the one who's most awake, I reach into my pocket and I pull out a deck of cards.
Okay.
I look to the gambling adipose banded bear and say, perhaps if I gave you this deck of cards, you would go off and find a way to, gamble somewhere else?
Does he succeed?
Give me those cards!
There they go.
No way.
I wish you all the best, but I gotta get to lost wages.
And with that, the bandit bear runs from the cavern.
Wait, the safe way
One-
is that way. The safe way.
One down, 2 to go.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Whitney, you're next.
Well, the only thing I have on me is this glass of water, so I'm gonna splash it on the nearest adipose bear.
Okay. Let's see if that does anything. 19.
Melting. Oh, what a world.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, how cruel. I love it.
Well, she didn't exactly melt entirely, but it's a pool of something that you probably don't want to touch.
Don't step in it.
Oh,
Let's just leave it over there.
That's disgusting.
I'm sorry,
All
Doctor.
right, Master, you're next.
That's
With
all
the
right.
head,
Jelly
by the
will
way.
reform at some point.
You may take my life, but you'll never take my $1 hot dog.
Master, what do you do?
What do? I grab the paperclip from the doctor and I go, keep him busy. And I move to the chest to unlock it.
Okay, so that is the action. So we turn it back to the bears really quick. Adam, what do you do? You're down to just being you. It's only you now.
Well, I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna keep starting to chuck Fluff Fat at the party.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, it smells of haggis.
Ugh.
17. So here's what happens. You fling a whole pack of haggis straight at the doctor and it hits him square in the face.
Oh!
He is now blinded by haggis.
Oh. It's a bad Scottish song.
Now, let's see if Whitney reacts to the smell.
Ugh. So bad.
She starts to barf.
Doctor, here's some tissues for your face, but I gotta excuse me.
Thanks. Thank you very much, Whitney. You're very kind.
Okay. Let's turn back to initiatives. David wakes up.
Thank goodness. Oh.
And he notices as he wakes up that Whitney is barfing in the corner. The doctor has haggis all over his face and smells. And the master is trying to open the chest. What do you do?
Do something,
Back
David.
Whitney's hair.
Appreciate it.
I guess that's something.
Help the master. I don't know what I should do.
David, do you have that flask with you of whiskey that you said you brought earlier?
This one?
Yes, Scotch. It goes well with haggis. May dissolve it.
For the doctor. Okay. Here, doctor.
So he hands the flask to the doctor.
I use the tissues to soak the scotch so I can wipe off this haggis.
And you succeed.
Hooray.
What now, doctor?
Well, while the master is obviously focused on opening up the chest, we must deal with this last adipose bandit bear.
The one who
I have
threw
an
the
idea.
belly?
Yeah, the one who keeps throwing his belly.
Well, he's got to get hungry after throwing his belly around, right?
That's
Maybe-
what I'm thinking.
Maybe we should feed him.
Now that I've stopped puking,
Yes,
I'm gonna-
Whitney, now that you've stopped
I'm gonna-
puking.
I'm gonna run over to the master and ask him if he needs a pair of scissors, which happen to be in my purse. I got a lot of random stuff in here.
I'm very tempted to put it to use. However, right now, I think David might be onto something. Maybe chop up some of those jelly babies and feed the bear.
Oh!
Try
That's a
the
good idea.
green ones.
They're poisonous.
I pull out a green jelly baby because I'm.
Okay.
That's
And what do you do with it?
Doctor, you're evil.
I bite off its head, and I throw the rest at the bandit bear.
And you roll a 3. Here's what happens. You throw it at the bandit bear. He looks at you and goes, "Not the green ones."
Try
I'm
different
more of an
color,
orange.
doctor.
What color is the bandit bear?
The bandit bear is like a golden yellow.
I pull out a yellow jelly baby. And toss that one.
Let's see here. 17. As you toss the jelly baby to him in bright lights, the lights hit the jelly baby and just light it up like a comet. It makes its way towards the bandit bear, who not only catches it, eats it, and then falls asleep.
Perfect.
I still got the haggis on my face here.
So the party has succeeded in defeating the bandit bears. And with
Now,
that,
do I have
And
the
with that-
blasted lock yet?
and with that, actually, the master has also succeeded in opening the chest.
Ha ha!
The audience, what is it that the team has found in the chest for the shaman? In the meantime, while we get that answer, the party starts to slowly look around a little bit further. You notice that this cavern is fairly old. The altar really hasn't been modified much. But you do see inscriptions that show dragons. You do see inscriptions that show things in the land that basically relate to dragons. So you know that you're on the right track towards finding the egg.
Looks like there's a troll doll in the chest.
Troll doll.
Is it made by the same company that the Dungeon Master's from?
No, there's nothing on it that indicates that this doll has anything to do with the big master.
I think there's more
Big
stuff
master.
in the chest. It's not just the doll.
Really? False bottom. What's it?
It looks like a little donkey statue.
Oh, it's kind of cute.
Oh, I'm
I
sure
think the
the
shaman would like
love
that.
Yes, yes.
Yes, indeed. Anything else in this chest?
There's one more thing, I think. Master, do you see it?
No. No. Why don't you get it out for me, David?
It looks like tickets to Gallifrey 1.
Oh, why don't you keep those, David?
Yeah.
The master doesn't get those.
No. Wait. We can't give that to the ogre shaman.
No. Other two? Because you and Whitney could take those and go to Gallifrey 1.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hey, Whitney, how you
we could
doing?
go to Gallifrey. Hi, David. How are you?
Gallifrey is incredibly boring, let me tell you.
I mean,
All right.
having never been there, I wouldn't know. But if you've already been there, you should let us go. Cause
No, we came
Yeah.
from there.
I know.
I'll give
Where
you
we grew up.
Yeah. So it's like going back to the Midwest. If you grew up in the Midwest, like no need to do that. So you should let us go and be excited by all the things at Gallifrey.
I'm very excited for you to go to Gallifrey.
Thank you, Doctor. You're so encouraging and just a delight to be around.
Oh,
I
you're
think
very
I'm
kind.
going. Now's my turn to be sick.
I make sure he does not vomit in my bag of jelly babies.
All right. So after the master finishes vomiting after the display of affection, the party makes its way back through the dungeon to the village. As they approach the village, they notice that the sun is starting to slowly go down. There's still quite a bit of light still left out there, but they have enough time to make their way to the shaman's hut before nightfall. So as they approach, they knock on the door, shaman answers it, and they all walk in. And what do you do?
We have your little treats for you. Hand her the troll and the donkey.
She looks so happy.
You've done a fine thing. I will reward ye. I will reward ye with a map to the egg of Tiamat. I mean the egg of Tiamat. Yeah.
The egg of laundromat.
No, not that one. Make sure it's the right one.
You probably
Take
shouldn't eat
your
eggs
map.
to laundromat.
Map. I see.
All right.
I'll
with that-
hold on to the map.
So with that, the shaman hands over the map, but the doctor and Whitney in particular sense that something's amiss, that the shaman is trying to hide something. So what do you do?
I investigate around the room as surreptitiously as I can.
Okay, doctor?
I try and distract the ogre shaman with my yo-yo.
I'm still trying
Okay,
to figure out what
this
we
is
need
gonna
to do
require a
to
roll.
cure it.
You rolled an 11, which is enough to kind of get her to kind of look at it, but she does realize that Whitney's walking around the room.
Oh, that map, Miss Shaman person. Please hand it over now.
Ogre shaman, I have even a better treat for you than the donkey and
You
the
can't.
troll doll.
Don't
Yes,
do
I
it.
can.
No.
Yes.
You can't. No,
This
doctor. No, I forbid it.
magic roll here. If you put one finger in one end and one finger in the other, you'll find the secret to the universe.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
Don't listen to the master. He lies.
I've been putting my fingers in many holes, and I have never learned more than, the passing wind of universal knowledge.
Well, you haven't tried this one. It's made by the Chinese.
Of course, that makes it good.
Smells good too.
All right.
Can I try?
So let's see if that persuades her or not. Ooh. 4.
Who needs that?
Wah, wah.
Although after he makes that offer, Whitney, in her subtle investigation, happens to notice that there's more than just one map laying around.
Oh. Have you been lying to us?
While the ogre is slightly distracted, I'm going to grab the map and throw it into my bag. It's a bag of holding.
Uh-oh. She notices you doing it.
You lass, I'll come after you and chop your eyes out and feed them to my cat.
And
I'm sorry.
just about as she is about to plunge the knife into Whitney, and a shocked David, Master, and Doctor look on, she is struck by a bolt of lightning from out of nowhere, killing the shaman.
That was unexpected.
Well,
Thank goodness.
Timely.
it was very nice. Thank you. Much obliged.
Well, don't celebrate yet, because you hear a commotion outside.
What?
What's going on?
We better
don't
go
know.
out there and investigate.
David, go investigate.
Okay.
No. Let's not have David do that. I go in. Is there a window?
There are windows, yes.
I go look out the window.
So the doctor looks out the window, and lo and behold, in the streets of the city, he sees 3 goblin Cybermen.
Ooh.
And they're coming towards the hut.
Is the window big enough to push the doctor through?
No.
Damn.
Is there a back door?
What's
No.
the Goblin Cyberman?
It's a Cyberman. That was a goblin. Obviously.
They got upgraded.
Makes total sense.
Yes. That makes total sense.
Oh, okay.
Before this escalates into something with the Cybermen, I'm going to pull out this map and see what it says.
You look on the map, and it just seems like it's a map of the world, but you see multiple X's on it. And there's only a writing that basically says X marks the spot.
Of
Doctor,
course there is.
what do you think this means? There's multiple X's on this map.
It means that X marks the spot. Unfortunately, there's 3 spots.
Which one should we go
Yes.
for?
Well, I think we first have to deal with the Cyberman, because right now we're trapped.
Yes,
And
help
with
me
that,
get something
you
to
hear a knock on the door.
No one's home.
It's the mayor screaming, "Help!"
Excuse me, help!
All right,
You
I go
really use
outside.
it.
Oh,
I'm the
no,
doctor, and
not-
I will take this.
Doctor, don't. Just leave him. He's useless.
Aw.
We've
You
only
have to
got
go
him
against the
from
other
him.
villagers screaming in terror.
You know I can't do that. I open the door and I head out.
Okay, so here's what happens. Villagers are running all over the place. Some are hiding in place. This is like an old-fashioned Wild West showdown. 3 Cybermen are standing at one end, and the 4 of you are standing at the other. What do you do?
Whitney, David, I need your help.
Okay, what can we do, Doctor?
I need each of you to take an end of my scarf. I take my scarf off. I feel like I've done this before. And then, while I distract the Cybermen, or Goblin Cybermen, you try and wrap my scarf around them and incapacitate them.
Okay. Can you do that,
Oh.
David?
I'll watch and cheer from the sides.
No, Master. As
It
soon as they're
sounds
tied up, you're going to
dangerous.
bowl into them and knock them over.
I am?
Yes.
If I must.
All right. So, as the team is formulating their plans, the three cyber goblins are also determining how they're going to destroy these four interlopers. Let's see. The first goblin cyberman acts and sounds like Gollum looking for his precious. The second goblin cyberman acts and sounds like a boisterous Klingon that moves very mechanically. And finally, the last goblin sounds like Marvin the paranoid android from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. What do you three do?
We have to delete this. We have to delete this.
Kuvak, we are big, they are small. Today is a good day for them to die.
To be upgraded.
You know, I was promised that the conversion process would take away emotions and remove this crushing sense of depression. You lied.
2020s.
Well, let's just blast them.
All right.
They will be deleted.
So we will roll for initiative. Let's see. Team Goblin rolls a 17. Adventure Party rolls a 14. All right, Goblins lead. Go first.
All right. I use my chest laser on them.
Okay. Anyone in particular?
Let's go for the one with the scarf. He's
All
too
right.
brightly colored. Makes me even sadder.
3. So here's what happens. You shoot. The doctor, seeing what's going to happen, dodges out of the way. In very dramatic fashion, by the way.
Not surprising. I always was a terrible shot.
All right, next goblin.
Who goes after the one with the big old bag? What's in these bags?
All right.
What's in its pockets?
The goblin rushes at Whitney to try to get her bag. He grabs onto the bag and is in a mortal struggle with Whitney to try to take it away.
Don't take it! It's mine!
Klingon Goblin, you're next.
Material possessions.
I am going to give a mighty karate chop to knock the bag out of her hand.
"17. You rush Whitney and do a karate chop straight on her hand, releasing the bag directly into the Gollum Cyberman, who now has the bag.
Ah,
No, we can't allow that.
All right.
hear ya.
All right. Time for your team. What do you do?
Well, certainly our initial plan is just useless right now.
Yes, bollocks, I'd say. Let's see. Wait, why don't we use them against themselves?
How do we do that, Master?
You know, goblin cyber person turning to Valerie here. That bag is actually much more valuable to you than it is to that one. I think you should keep it for yourself.
Where was the
We'll just take the map that's inside, and you can have the rest.
Does this work on me?
All right. Does that persuade him?
Yeah.
The Gollum Cyberman says, "Thank you, but no thank you." He wants the entire bag. He still hasn't found his precious.
Well, I have, of course, the cutest thing in the universe to distract them. I have a baby.
Oh! Okay. That was so good. I'm going to give you advantage on your roll, which means he gets to roll 2 dice to succeed.
Ooh.
All right. On your first die, you rolled a 7, so you failed. On the second die, you rolled a 16. Here's what happens. The Golem Cyberman looks at Baby Yoda, drops the bag, and immediately makes a beeline directly towards the doctor.
What is this adorable process?
I'm sorry, Baby Yoda. I take Baby Yoda and throw him as far as I can into the forest or hills or whatever is nearby so that they must search for him.
So here's what happens. The doctor, with all his strength and with the help of his sonic screwdriver, tosses Baby Yoda into the air. And next thing you know, it goes flying even further than the laws of physics should allow. The Golem Cyberman immediately in pursuit of a new Precious.
Must protect the precious! Must protect!
So the Golem Cyberman is out of the way. All right, who's next?
I rush
Whitney.
over, grab my bag, and then I approach the Martin Cyberman, shaking a little prescription bottle of Prozac. Saying, I can fix you. I can make you feel better. Do you want to be happy?
Yeah, did she persuade him? I'd say yes.
It's at least worth a try.
Well, the only other thing I could think of that would get me out of this would be being destroyed by you. Best thing that would probably happen to me, so I'll give the pills a try. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So with that, Whitney hands over the pills to the Marvin the android Cyberman, and he slowly begins to walk away, muttering how they're all going to end up dying anyway. All right, David, what do you do?
David. Something.
David?
I don't know. Can someone make a suggestion? I'm stupefied.
Oh.
He's scared pantsless.
Obviously, I'm very intimidating, so he's about ready to wet himself. Yes. I am Godzilla. You are Japan.
Okay, so David is stricken with fright. That just leaves the master.
I see. Doctor, do you happen to have any of that horrid drink called root beer?
Maybe. I don't have any root beer, but I have possibly some prune juice.
Prune juice? Ah! Yes, we have a special elixir for you. Probably the best thing you've ever tasted in your entire life. Of course, you know, all I would want for that is this measly little thing for you to just go on and enjoy yourself. Just forget you ever saw us, you know? Just celebrate. What say you?
Does he succeed in persuading her?
I sniff it. Uh-oh.
2.
Oh, that's not a good persuasion.
I don't work well with the women.
In fact, she replies by going, "You dolt! I'm a goblin cyberman. I don't drink." Well, at least that anyway.
You moron. I am a goblin cyberman. I do not need drink nor organic substance to survive.
Of course you don't. Damn. Well, Doctor, I've tried.
What about an iPhone? Would you like one of those?
Ooh.
Trade you? You can take it and go far, far away.
Ah. This is lady. I will take it.
Enjoy. I'm sure it'll be a delicious meal for you.
Mm.
And with that, the
It's got
goblin
3 cameras
is
on the back.
satisfied and walks away.
Oh, thank you. Whitney, I may yet let you live.
I appreciate
That-
that.
That was
feel
very
like-
clever, Whitney. Very
Oh.
clever.
It
Thank
was.
you, Doctor.
She's
Thank you.
smart.
Okay.
Yes.
A giant purse full of random things. They seem to come in handy.
Yes,
It's just
you,
like
and
my
the,
pockets.
you and the doctor have something in common.
That is true. I always wondered if I had anything in common with you. I'm so excited that I
Yes.
do.
All right.
All right.
And with that, the party gathers back together, successfully defeating the Goblin Cybermen. They immediately are approached by the mayor of the town, who is extremely grateful for what they have done.
I am extremely grateful for what you've done. Thank you so much.
Oh, it was nothing.
So,
Really, it was nothing.
did you get what
At least
you
for
needed
me.
from our shaman?
It's hard to tell. There's a map, but it has 3 separate spots that are marked on it.
Perhaps you
Maybe
might be of
I
some
can help.
assistance. Yes.
But
Whitney, the map.
there's 4 of us.
Yes, David. Thank you very much for that.
3 spots, 4 of us.
Oh, splitting up the party is never a good idea.
Well,
I actually have to agree with the master. Like every horror film, that's a big no-no. So I didn't think I'd agree with you on anything, but this I do.
I think I can limit it to just a couple of paths.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, by the way, before you go, both paths contain danger. You'll have to choose which one you want, or don't want, as the case may be.
All right, proceed.
What a shocking surprise.
Indeed.
Okay. And with that, the mayor tells them that one of the roads is labeled Soren's Road, and it has a happy face with fangs on it.
Oh,
The second road is labeled Liliana's Way, and it also has a happy face with a caption that reads, "I love brainiacs."
Indeed.
brains.
Fangs. Fangs.
Fangs for the memories.
So with that, the mayor just also lets them know that the cave is actually that the egg is located to the north in the mountains.
Ah, that's useful.
So
Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor.
Oh,
Yeah.
before I go, this may have not come up earlier, but 3 of you are what you appear to be. 1 of you isn't. Bye.
What?
Is that
Well, that was very cryptic.
Indeed. Well, I know it's not me.
No, you pretty much are who you are.
And I know it's not you. So it's one of them.
I mean, technically, aren't you guys both like multiple people and you can change? So you never are what you really are because you're going to become something else, right? Someone else.
But we still are who we are.
Indeed.
Don't we all change though? Like over time? Like
Oh, right.
I was
Like
a
every
baby
7
once.
years, you're supposed to like
David
change.
Dawson is an imbecile. Stop it, David. Just stop it.
Well, eventually you'll rot and die, unlike us.
That's
okay.
smart.
So the party, there's still enough light left in the day that the party makes the decision that they want to head as quickly as they can to the north to find the egg. So they begin walking another path that leads into the mountains. Along the way, they begin to clues begin to reveal themselves as to the location of the egg. Each of the characters finds something in particular that points them. David finds a roadmap or a marker post that says this way to the egg. Whitney finds a giant arrow drawn into the sand that just points in a general direction. The doctor finds a cloud in the air that's also shaped as a arrow that's pointing in the right direction. And the master, of course, being the flamboyant man that he is, happens to notice a giant sign that says, "Egg in here."
Ah. Of course it couldn't be a trap, could it?
So, however,
Not again!
however, the sign is so large that it's still quite a distance from where they're at. In fact, they have come to a fork in the road. Which direction do you want to go in? To the left or to the right?
I always prefer the sinister side.
So you want to go right?
No, it's left. Or rather right. At least that's, if we're voting, that's my vote.
Right, so we should go left.
Correct. Left.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
So right.
Left.
Left.
Right.
All right.
Yes. Correct.
Who's up first?
Left.
So after much going back and forth on this, the party decides to take the path on the left.
Right.
So they slowly make their way to the location where the egg is located. It is a giant opening in the side of a mountain. As they get closer and closer, there doesn't seem to be any guards or present in front of the cave. What do you do?
Well,
we need to get this egg, so I guess we should cautiously approach.
do we hear anything?
At the moment, you hear nothing except just nature sounds. That's about it.
Can we smell anything?
You don't smell anything in particular. Maybe just a little weird odor, but that'd be about it. That's not
Whitney was
extremely
barfing
strong.
earlier, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I cleaned it up, thank you.
Well, I say we go inside.
Yes, let's.
Okay. So,
All right.
as the master takes 2 steps, something gets triggered. What gets triggered? Let's find out. But let me also set the scene a little bit further. You happen to notice that the cavern that is inside the mountain also has not only the sign that now looks ginormous, but also there's a picture of a giant dragon on there with all sorts of colored heads.
Well, I think we're in the right place.
So what got triggered on the way in?
Audience? A booby trap. Yes?
Yes.
A booty.
Each of you will have to make a roll to see if you avoid the booby trap.
Yeah.
Ow!
All right, I will start with Whitney first. 2.
Wait.
Awesome.
She gets hit with a bunch of green slime.
Oh,
It
we're
smells
on
bad too.
Oh, that's disgusting.
First vomit and now green slime. Oh, I feel for you, Whitney.
Next is David, who rolls a 12. He manages to avoid the most of his booby trap, but he gets hit with a bunch of green and black licorice that's been melted.
Not so bad.
So bad. I got some in my mouth.
David, use your safe word.
Okay. Master is next. He also manages to barely avoid the worst of it, but not by much. He gets hit. Let's see. What can we have him be hit with? Oh, I know. You get a bunch of really sticky Mountain Dew just dumped all over you.
Caffeine! No! I'm going to have a migraine later.
And the doctor rolls a 17. He comes out just fine. He avoided all the traps.
I am so sticky. Is there a shower anywhere?
I have hand sanitizer.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Here you go, Whitney. This will make you feel better. Here, have a jelly baby.
Wait,
Thank you, Doctor.
20 seconds. Space.
Does make me feel
Final
better.
frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. There, 20 seconds. Good.
All right.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
After that wondrous rendition of Star Trek, the party manages to make its way into the cavern with no further incident. As they get closer and closer to the center of the cavern, though, they begin to smell kind of like the odor of death, if they're, for lack of a better word. They make their way towards a cavern that's not entirely well lit, but well enough that you can see that in the distance there's a glow. What do you do?
Reminds me of my grandma's house.
I'm
This
so
entire
sorry.
journey is really working on my gag reflex.
Too bad you gave up your cell phone. You could have used the flashlight.
Yes. Push on. Let's.
I didn't give mine away.
Oh, look,
Right.
David's useful.
So David uses his phone light to light the way. And he happens to notice that the glow is growing. And now there's 3 glows of a bluish kind of light.
Bluish light.
You hear a voice. The doctor and the master immediately recognize it in horror. They know what they're about to approach. When all of a sudden, David and Whitney both see 3 vampire Dalek creatures approach them.
Oh my goodness! Doctor,
Those-
what are we gonna do?
Here, get behind me.
Help me.
Doctor, can I have your scarf?
Help me, Vincent.
I'm
All
afraid
right.
you poop.
As they approach the party, the 3 Dalek vampires each have different characteristics. One sounds like Dalek Count Von Count from Sesame Street. The second Dalek sounds like Dalek Bela Lugosi. And the last vampire likes to make vampire jokes, but in a Dalek voice. So what do the Daleks do?
I would like to count the stripes in your scarf. 1 scarf, 1. Ah, ah, ah.
This could take you a while.
Well, this is better than the Karloff Dalek got. So, Doctor, you are to be exterminated.
Being with these Daleks is quite the pain in the neck. Ha! Ha! Ha!
I see. Daleks, Doctor, our old nemesis. Can you believe that these actually tried to destroy Gallifrey?
I know, it is hard to believe. I've never seen Daleks that want to drink people's blood before. That's unusual.
Yes, it is. Mutants, I assume.
They are always mutants.
Maybe there's something wrong with their neurochemistry. Someone's tinkered with their brains?
Brains. Yes, that was the other path, though, wasn't it? Brains.
All right.
Do you have anything? Do you have any more drugs in that purse of yours?
No, I have more hand sanitizer, though.
I
Oh,
like holy
That
water.
might act like holy water.
Brilliant!
All right. With that, we will go to combat. I'll roll for the Daleks first. They roll a 17.
damn.
Of course they do.
Uh-oh.
Consistent.
Your team rolls an 11. Daleks, you lead up first.
Remember, we can't drink their blood unless they are still alive. So, exterminate after dinner. I shoot a stun ray at the one in black. He looks
Which one?
Because I look the most like one of you.
All right.
But there's 2 of us in black.
Oh. You don't count,
You're
David.
not the right kind of black.
2 heads are better than one.
Well, much to both of the Master and David's surprise, that Dalek shoots 2 beams by splicing it.
Oh! Clever beast.
David rolls a 6. He gets hit. But for some strange reason, it just seems to have a euphoric effect on him.
I feel so happy.
Oh, goodness.
Let's see. The other one misses the Master entirely.
Ah!
Aren't you lucky?
Shows you what happens when you split your forces,
You
Dalek.
don't know what you're missing, Master. This is wonderful.
Listen to him. He is right.
All right. Other 2 Daleks, what do you do?
Let's see. I had something here.
This is a catch-22. I don't know. Let's see. I focus my mesmeric stare upon the one with the scarf, whose stripes I want to count.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Here's what happens. The Dalek flies through the air with a mechanical claw that you did not see, manages to take your scarf from you.
Oh, no!
1, 2,
And before
It's
4.
going to take a while.
Take a while.
while she's doing that, the Dalek.
Now, what do you do?
My Dalek will fire off a shot and say, before they shoot it off, they say, "Do you know what a Dalek's favorite soup is?
No.
Cream of tomato." Ha! Ha! Ha!
Cream of tomato.
All right.
I don't know which is worse, Daleks or humor.
The Dalek managed to roll 17 and hits Wendy with a stun beam, and she is completely knocked out.
Whitney. Oh no.
Quick, let us bite her several times before she clots. 1 bite. 2.
So with that, the Daleks continue to march towards Wendy now.
Okay.
So
Do we get to act yet?
yes, now it is your turn. Let's see.
Ow.
First one to go is David.
Oh.
I try to pick Whitney up and take her someplace safe.
Good job, David. Good job.
You managed to drag her 2 feet.
It's better than
Good job.
nothing.
Managed to drag her 2 feet.
Choose more than one.
I'm very dense and hard to drag.
All right, Master, you're next.
I noticed that the one that's counting the scarf, I start messing with them as they count. 33, 12, 18, 75.
I cannot count like this. Oh, no. My brain. It is not okay.
All right, here's what happens. The Master starts to insert numbers at random into her count. The Dalek, overwhelmed by the new input, cannot handle this and manages to explode from the logic that is not functioning anymore.
Not obey, will not obey.
Does the Dalek drop the scarf before it explodes or not?
Yes,
the
it's before it
scarf,
explodes.
the scarf is on fire. So we'll just put it that way.
Every time, Master. Every time.
It's still salvageable, though. It's just on fire.
Great.
I only burnt 1/3 of it. 1/3.
Okay. Doctor, you're next.
I take my Sonic, and I take this medical pointer, and I make a cross, and go at the Bela Lugosi Dalek. My bonus action is going to be to stomp out my scarf.
17.
Ah! Why does this always happen to me? Ah! It burns! It burns! It burns!
And my bonus action is going to be to stomp out my scarf.
All right. Okay, so here's what happens. You point the cross at the Dalek. The Dalek flees in terror, knowing that if you get any closer with the cross, they will have to basically, I don't know, come back to the living. They can't handle that. So it runs away.
Davros,
And you managed to put out the fire on your scarf.
Well done, Doctor. Well done. Here you go. Just almost as good as new.
Happens all the time.
All right. Back to the joking Dalek.
Trying to approach, go forward after them, and I'll try and possibly attempt another shot at someone.
Okay. All right.
Do you know why there are no vampires in Africa?
No, why?
Because sometimes it rains in Africa. And it is told that the rains are blessed in Africa. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Doctor, I have a plan. Let's heckle him. Let's heckle him.
But you're really good at that. So
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
That's the worst stand-up I think I've ever heard in my life. I can't believe I paid $20 for 2 drinks.
Was that even English?
The Dalek doesn't take it very well.
That's very harsh criticism. Did you drink those Bloody Marys? Ah.
Yes! And they were horrid, but not as horrid as you!
And with that roll?
Lowering. Self-esteem? Lowering?
Yep. It's 16, actually.
Oh,
There
there we
it
go. The other 16.
Yes. So with that, the Dalek is now very, very sad. The stand-up is not working.
I am ashamed.
All right.
Well done, well done. Even the audience is better than you, Dalek. Even the audience. How do you know if a vampire has COVID? He's coughing.
And with that, the Dalek, in shame, walks off into the back into the cavern he came from.
Nicely done.
Bye, Dalek.
All right. So the party has succeeded, except as the Daleks make their way back outward or completely destroyed, Whitney begins to slowly stir. You hadn't paid attention to her because you were too busy with the Daleks, but she slowly starts to change. In fact, a giant blaze of light is now emanating from her. Something both of you, the Doctor and the Master, recognize as regeneration.
No. What? It can't be.
What's happening?
Oh. What did you bumbling fools do to me?
I'm sorry I stood you up on prom.
Whitney?
It's you!
Oh, yes, that was him.
Oh, I remember you. I remember
Would
everything.
you like a jelly baby?
I do not want your jelly belly, you fool!
Oh, she's cross.
Too bad.
Rather
Well,
cross.
I am quite cross.
What happened to Whitney?
There never was a
You.
Whitney, David.
It's all right. Vampire Cybermen. Oh, when I get a hold of them. And you three walked directly into my trap. So now,
we did.
now I hope you enjoy the rest of your eternity in this time loop cave, because I'm going to leave you here like pickled gherkins in a time jar.
Oh, that doesn't sound very
like
nice.
Pickles. I like pickles.
Does this mean
So
we're
you'll
not going to
enjoy
have
the
our
rest
date
of
to
it.
Gallifrey 1?
No,
we're
I'm
not going
afraid
to have our date to Gallifrey run, but I'll take those tickets from you. Thank you so much. You are a fool who stood me up on prom. You beat me for valedictorian, and you hit on me every time you come around. So all three of you can stay here for the rest of eternity while I go enjoy Gallifrey 1. Farewell, peace out, try and get out of this one.
So with that, we are introduced to the Rani.
Oh, well.
Did you really have to stand her up at prom?
No, but you know, things happen. Nerves. She was so beautiful then. I was just a shy boy. Fantastically intelligent, and I had better things to do. I did some extra credit that night blowing up another planet. It distracted me. I forgot! Okay, I forgot! That's the truth, I forgot!
Maybe you should have just put an alarm.
Yes, well, unfortunately we're stuck now, aren't we?
But
Not quite. In fact,
There's a suggestion.
That's good.
Yes?
Yeah.
yes, there is a suggestion.
There's a voice telling me, can we use a psychic cube and send ourselves a message in time?
yes,
I'm not
why don't
sure
you
what
send
that
yourself a message in time to actually show up for the prom, and maybe the Rani will have changed.
That is a good idea.
I don't know where these ideas come from.
15. So the the master sends himself a message in time. He does show up for the date, except it's not a good date.
Uh-oh.
So now the Rani remembers instead that you, 1, forgot to get her a carnation, 2, you were late, 3, you only danced with her once, 4, you kept talking about how brilliant you were, and 5, you kind of left afterwards without her.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot. Yes, I'm afraid I bollocks that up, Doctor. Your try.
Where's that psychic cube? I'm going to go use the psychic cube and send myself a message back in time to pick up the pieces of the prom and take her out and show her a good time.
Okay. Ooh.
Well, that didn't work.
All right. Here's what happened then. Afterwards, you attempted to make small talk with her. Didn't work. She was pretty upset. She accused you of not listening. You tried to take her home. Car broke down. You tried to fix her sonic screwdriver because hers wasn't working properly. Kind of burned her dress a little bit. And when you tried to apologize, you didn't realize that you had jelly belly babies in your pocket, and they kind of were a little melty and got all over her.
Okay, I think you did a little bit worse than I did, Doctor. You should be ashamed. Now, David,
Huh?
remember back to when you knew Whitney? Think.
Remember back
Do you
to-
see anything that looked like this in a strange room that she might have had?
Yeah, actually, I thought it was the bathroom.
Good. Yes. Well, if you see anything that looks kind of like this, take it.
Okay.
Let's make sure that once we get out of this, that we take him back to close the time loop.
All right. Okay, so we will actually now go to combat because the Rani's heard enough. She's going to destroy all three of you right here and now.
I'm bored with watching you in this time loop, so I've just decided to destroy all three of you. I think blowing you to bits will be nice.
All right, so we will start off with the Rani first. What does she do?
I am going to point a evolution gun at them and turn them back into the primordial soup from which they came. I'll start with the master.
All right. $11. You fire your shot. The master manages to avoid most of it, but now his left hand is a cabbage.
That's unfortunate.
My cabbages.
Well, you know, you used to call me your petite choux, so.
At least it doesn't reek of kimchi.
Although you do.
Oh, by the way, it reeks of kimchi.
Damn! Of cabbages and kings!
All right. David, you're next.
What?
Okay. As David debates about what to do, he's so transfixed by the cabbage that smells like kimchi, he just stares at it.
I'm so confused.
Okay. Doctor, you're next.
Eat this.
Well, obviously she has that evolution gun, so I take a wad of jelly babies from my bag, and I wad them up to shove into the
Barrel?
The barrel, yes, the barrel. The barrel of this evolution gun to gum it up.
$14. Good try, but all you managed to do is just hit her square in the face with them.
Good.
Reminding her of what you did on prom night.
Yeah, Doctor, way to make a call back.
That was a bad idea, Doctor.
Bloody jelly bellies. Stupid
Master,
dogs.
Yes.
you're next.
I
Come on, Captain.
run at her. I run at her with my good hand. I try to grab the gun. With my cabbage hand, I stick it in her face to distract her.
Okay. Your attempt to grab the gun yields a 6, which means you failed. However, the cabbage hand rolled an 18. You now have a face full of cabbage, smells like kimchi.
Yeah.
Doesn't it kimchi burn?
Take that. Oh. Kimchi.
Ronnie, what do you do in return?
Well, I'd say this is a new experience, but he's always smelled like cabbage. I am going to squirt him with the hand sanitizer right in the eyes.
Oh.
Oh! No. Oh my God.
However,
Don't you
in
sing your little
addition,
song again.
because this is Gallifreyan hand sanitizer, it's more than just what normal you would get. However, now the master, let's see, what can we do to him? You have no eyebrows.
Oh.
Your goatee is gone. And you are pale white.
Like a vampire.
Like a vampire.
Oh no.
He even dresses like one.
You can feel your fangs slowly start to grow. And you are kind of immobilized for the moment.
Does he have cheetah eyes?
Let's see. No,
Thank goodness.
not yet anyway.
I still have a cabbage hand.
All right. David, you're up.
Where's Whitney's purse?
It is on the ground, unattended.
I pick up Whitney's purse and search for a banana to stick in the barrel of her gun.
Oh. You find 3 bananas.
Wow.
And you successfully managed to jam one of the bananas into the barrel of the gun.
That plan had appeal.
Doctor, what do you do?
I have my sonic in hand, and I attempt to overload her gun.
It starts to build up a charge, and it's getting louder and louder and louder.
I grab the Pale Master and David and pull them away.
You bumbling fools! You'll kill us all!
With that, the doctor manages to somehow grab David and the Master, who's slowly turning into a vampire, and they dive to the ground. The gun itself overloads and explodes in a giant release of energy. After the light and everything passes and you can open your eyes, you notice that the Ronnie is nowhere to be seen.
Perfect. Wait, but before the Master turns into a vampire, I stuff a black jelly baby in his mouth and make him eat it.
Not the black ones.
No, the black ones are just for his black soul.
16. It somehow manages to stop the transformation.
I kind of figured.
I'm feeling much better now. Oh,
Okay.
a little less
So-
cabbagey.
Yes. However, he is still with fangs. He's got no facial hair, and he's got a left hand for a cabbage. So with that,
Regenerate.
with that, the party makes its way towards the area where the Egg of Tiamat is located. All 3 of you walk up to it, place your good hands on it, and all of a sudden, everything erupts again into the time vortex. And you are slowly brought back to John's apartment.
Hello, John.
When you get there, the licorice is gone. That was holding you in place.
Do I still have a cabbage hand and fangs? And is my facial hair returned?
No, everything is back to normal. Remember, you came out of virtual reality, at which John says,
God.
"So, guys, how was it? Did you enjoy it? Was that fun?"
Yeah, we did the time warp again.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just a jump to the left.
And then a step
To the right.
Right.
Put your hands on your hips. And bend your knees in high. Do the pelvic. There you go.
Is that like thumbs up? Is that like thumbs up for the product? Can I put you down as satisfied customers?
Well, it was
Stop
quite
thinking how to
an
kidnap you all.
Well,
We lost Whitney, though.
it was never nerdy Whitney. Whitney was the Ronnie the whole time.
Really?
But I like
Okay.
Whitney.
Do you think she'd give us a positive too?
Well, maybe if you were to talk to her a few years before the date.
Well, if any of you have like her contact information, please let me know. I'll reach out to her.
Oh, yes. Don't worry. She'll find you.
Oh, fantastic! I can't wait.
Who knows? Who knows?
All right. With that, the party succeeds in retrieving this. what nobody seemed to realize is that John, myself, was under the spell of the Rani. That's why you were all captured and made to go into this virtual world. Although I seem to not to remember any of it. I just seem to remember that you were all willing participants, and this is a product I need to sell. So with
good.
So with that, I invite you all out to dinner, which we go and grab a bite to eat and decide where we want to go next. So what would you like for dinner?
Not jelly
David.
beans.
Not Korean.
Is there a vegan place nearby?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm down.
Doctor? Master?
Sure. That's
Whatever.
Okay.
I'm a bit peckish. I could use something.
All right, great. I know this great kimchi place. Let's go there. That brings this year's Doctor Who Dungeons and Dragons event to a close.
Hey.
Thank you all for participating. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, before we go, Who Connors, I just do want to let you know that I want to, first of all, thank you all for watching this adventure. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as the participants. We now have a very special shout out from one of our previous guests, and it's live on YouTube right now. So from across the pond, please head over to see a special message from actor John Davey. And with that, again, I want to thank you all, our participants. Please all take a bow. And hopefully next year we'll do a third annual one, and all the individuals involved this year will also be involved next year. So take care, Who Connors, and we will catch you later. Please watch the rest of the panels that are available for the rest of the day and tomorrow. And again, have a great time. Bye-bye.
You will return.
Bye.
Obey.
Goodbye.
Obey.
Everybody, be safe.
So long.
So long it takes for all the